Good Sunday again, everyone. I'm going to update the timeline for you on this second round of thunderstorms. And we've been telling you there's 2 rounds most likely coming. Round 1 is done, and round 2 may not make it all the way into northeast Alabama. There's been so much rain there. Temperatures are around 70 degrees. We're going to have the sun setting here coming up at 8 o'clock. And this rain-cooled air, again, still dropping to the southeast. Out west, it hit 98 degrees in Russellville, around 96 in Muscle Shoals. So that instability is really high there, and that's what's fueling these really large hailstones in these storms, big rotating updrafts. And as far as the rest of the evening goes, I think that threat's going to continue over the far western corner of the state. So far, what's been happening is there's that rain-cooled boundary right over northwest Alabama, and the only boundary we have this evening that's having an influence is right here west of Athens down to Decatur, and that's what may trigger a strong storm or 2 early this evening. It's after 8 o'clock and most likely towards 10 o'clock that we start to see the threat developing here and then dropping southeast towards Smith Lake. So if you're at Smith Lake, you're going to want to have a heads up. It was a close call there earlier this afternoon, but again, that's 8 p.m. to midnight, and the reason I have it 10 p.m. to midnight, basically same time, is most of this energy will be out of here by midnight tonight in all areas. And it may arrive later, and again, it may not arrive at all in northeast Alabama. So let's get to what I'm talking about. As we get towards 7 o'clock this evening, model guidance still has a chance for some of these showers and storms. In fact, behind me, you can still see some of them firing along. They're firing along this boundary that's over western Morgan County and down into Coleman County. And there still may be some development here into Jackson County. But the main thing we're looking at here at 7 o'clock is this MCS or MCC, mesoscale convective system or complex. Notice the break in the line up here west of Bowling Green. Again, this is model data. And the biggest challenge as a meteorologist is to try to provide the hour by hour and exactly what's going to happen. And the toughest challenge for a viewer is you want to know exactly what's going to happen, when and where. And we have a lot better idea when we're tracking cold fronts. This is a cold front. It's a weak front coming in. But this is summertime, and we get boundaries that form ahead of this. You get rain-cooled areas that spread out, and therefore, it's basically like walking around with the gasoline, which is, you felt it all around you today, that mugginess out there, and waiting for the match. And tonight's match is coming in from the west. So this cluster of thunderstorms is going to drop in. Keep in mind, this area of the blue line here is the area where we're most unstable to the west and southwest of that. So that is why you're going to see the model depict what you're going to see here. So after 9 or 10 o'clock, may see a new severe thunderstorm watch come out ahead of this line. And it may not go all of North Alabama. It may stop kind of at I-65. But notice the well-formed cluster of thunderstorms. So if you have our 48 First Alert weather app, we want to be watching that, seeing trends back to the west. So as you go farther in time here, you can kind of see that cluster there diving southeast into that unstable air down towards Smith Lake. And on the eastern side here, not as much going on. So not as much going on. So again, still seeing some reports from earlier today of, again, large hail and some damaging winds. But this is 1 o'clock in the morning. Everything is down to the south. This is an impact down in Tuscaloosa. And then as we go overnight tonight, another cluster of storms potentially could form. But the farther out in time you get when you're tracking these MCS-type storms, well, the more issues you're going to have. Here's the radar here as of just before 6 o'clock in the evening, this Sunday evening. Notice the trend here, what's going on. You have this new area of thunderstorms, new severe thunderstorm watch to our west, and then you have this boundary that's right here. So everything east of this line of thunderstorms that's firing up is pretty much rain-cooled. Out west, it may actually have capped. There's a lid on the atmosphere because it's so hot, as I mentioned earlier. So again, we'll continue to pay attention and monitor the showers and storms out there. But again, just before, this is around 5:39, 5:45, it's that boundary here. It's the highest chance of showers and storms ahead of that other complex of storms that moves in. So given that it keeps dropping southeast, not a lot of lightning with this, so just stay weather alert tonight. We'll keep you up to date. I have another forecast tonight at 10. I'll be doing a Facebook Live maybe later this evening as this stuff moves in as well. Thanks for tuning in. And don't forget to subscribe. You stuck around this long, right?